Hey, music lovers, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast. I'm your host, Byron Duffin, and I'm here with Mr. Matt Farris.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
Pretty good. Last night was wild.
Wow. Well, we're at the Rio Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada for the Rio Roundup. Matt is the MC for the watch party.
Just last night.
Oh, just last night?
Yeah, I was a performer and MC'd last night.
Oh, you were performed and MC'd last night. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your. So, are you MCing anymore the rest of the week, or
no? This week I got a bunch of shows elsewhere, but
you got other shows.
It's been an incredible NFR already.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
just
I apologize I didn't get to see it last night. We got all these people coming in and everybody coming at me that's wanting interviews, and then all of a sudden I had last minute. I had yesterday I got a message from Marla Cannon Goodman in Nashville, and she's got me an interview with Sammy Kershaw.
Oh, I love that. Tonight.
So we're trying to work out all the details. So I was out of here on emails and texts and
you got to keep grinding.
So, but anyway, we got some cool stuff going on. But well, let's talk about Matt Farris. You're from Arizona, right? Or
yeah,
no?
I grew up in Lake Havasu City, Arizona.
Okay.
Born in Oregon.
Born in Oregon.
Grants Pass, Oregon. Moved to Arizona. Spent most of my life in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Moved up to Flagstaff to go to college at Northern Arizona University. And then decided to enter a show called the Colgate Country Showdown.
Yeah.
In October of 2010. And then the judge said, "Have you ever thought about moving to Nashville?" I said, "I didn't really think about that." And 3 days later, I was living in Nashville.
3 days?
Yeah. Packed up whatever I could.
Did you win the Colgate?
I did win that. Yeah.
You won that?
I won the Arizona, and I went on to lose the next one, but
so
made that move to Nashville.
There was a precursor to that. I'm trying to remember what they called it, but they did shows all over, right?
Yeah.
They did one in Vernal, Utah. My mother-in-law, my wife's from Arizona.
Oh, awesome.
She grew up in Show Low, but
Sholo's amazing.
Her mother was a songwriter. She was a member of Arizona Songwriters Association.
That's awesome.
But she's been gone for 25 years, so long before you got involved, and probably you were just I don't know how old you are.
I'm 38.
So yeah, so you were pretty young when she passed.
I was a young gun.
But she loved music. She was a hell of a piano player. She had a standard grand piano in her house, and anyway, so my wife and I and we've been lovers of live music since we got married, since we got together. We actually had a live band at our wedding reception in Show Low, Arizona.
Oh man, Show Low is a beautiful area.
And so, do you know Heath Clark?
I know that name, yeah.
He's from Show Low. He moved to Idaho a few years ago, but he was my very first interview on this podcast when I started.
That is so cool.
Because his dad and his grandpa played at our wedding reception.
That's wild. My dad and grandpa still play in my band every once in a while.
Do they really?
My first band was my dad on bass and my grandpa on drums.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and now my kids jump on stage with my dad and my grandpa. So we have 4 generations on stage.
That's cool. That doesn't get any better than that.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then I made that move to Nashville in 2010, and I was very determined to break my way into country music. And actually, it's because of that guy over there.
We got to tell who's that guy over there.
So Big Vinny is from the band Trailer Choir.
There you go.
And it really started, he was opening up for Toby Keith in 2008 in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm standing in literally 2 feet of water because a monsoon came in at Cricket Pavilion, it was called. So all the water rushes down, and it was all sitting at the bottom of this thing. I'm standing there. And this band jumps on stage, and they only did 2 songs, 2 or 3. But I told the girl I was with, I'm like, I'm going to be with those guys on stage one day. And she said that I need to get a real job.
Oh, no.
So I was very determined when I got to Nashville.
She's not the mother of your children.
No. But I made that move to Nashville. I was like, I'm bound and determined. And I ended up running into Vinny at Country Radio Seminar, and I told him that story. And now we've been playing shows together now for the past 13 years.
That's awesome.
And literally every time I make sure she sees that post.
There you go. Perfect.
And I think of that. Toby Keith, how do you like me now?
Yeah, there you go. I have an old girlfriend that I notice she sees my posts pretty regular. You see that, especially the story, right? Who looked at your story? Yeah, she looks at them pretty regularly.
Yep. I make sure of that.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So when you got to Nashville, Are you an independent artist, or do you have a record
fully
deal?
independent now.
Okay.
I've had a couple of deals here and there, and I decided to go independent because to me, I feel like it gives me more of me being me.
Right.
Because when I had labels and stuff, I mean, labels are great. It just depends on who you're working with.
They want to tell you.
They're like, hey, I think you need to do this. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. That's not me.
Right.
So I'm able to do what I want to do and my sound, and working with songwriters that I want to work with,
Sure.
like Vinny and Butter from Trailer Choir and other songwriters and songwriter friends of mine that are like, hey, I really like the song, will you cut it? I couldn't do that on a label. They'll be like, no, we're going to use this guy. I'm like, I want to use my friends.
Right. Well, even well, and it depends on who's producing your records. I've had some conversations with some artists that went into a recording studio under a pretty big name producer, and they said, well, I'd like my band to play, and they went, no, we have a band that will play.
Oh, yeah.
All the session players, and those guys are phenomenal, and that's why they use them, right? They don't have to do retakes, and it's short and sweet. They get in, get out, and get it done.
Yeah, so. I was blown away when I signed that first deal in 2012. When we went into the studio for the first time, into a major studio. I've done some independent stuff just at home in Arizona.
Sure.
But I go into this Nashville studio, and it was Hilltop Recording Studios, and I'm looking around, I'm like, these are the guys I'm working with? I'm like, I didn't know any idea who they were.
Sure.
Ended up being Mike Chapman, who played bass for Garth Brooks. It was Lonnie Wilson, who's Reba's drummer, and Adam Schoenfeld, who's guitar player for Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney. I'm like, oh. So I had like this all-star band.
Yeah.
I'm like, my band couldn't recreate that.
Yeah.
Now they can, but at the time I was like, there's no way I can recreate this.
They're just amazing, and I've only been, since I started the podcast, been out to Nashville one time, but got to go into some writing rooms, and we've interviewed a ton of songwriters, probably 40 plus that have multiple number ones. So,
wow, that's a whole nother world, the songwriting world.
Oh, it is. It's very, very different and unique, and it's just crazy, but it really intrigues me. And we love the songwriter festivals.
Oh yeah, that's some of my favorite things is going to or being a part of songwriter rounds.
Yes.
Because I mean, they have it here in Vegas. They do these Nashville songwriter rounds, and these people come out like Matt Warren and these giant songwriters.
I've interviewed Matt. So
Matt's incredible.
And so, Rob Hatch.
Yeah, he's singing these songs, and people are like, oh, why is he singing a Gary Allen song? I'm like, he wrote that.
He wrote it.
They're like, oh. I'm like,
I know the backstory, right? Have you heard him tell the story about the rock hitting him while he's weed whacking?
Yeah.
And he had been a successful songwriter prior to that, and snorted it up and partied it up, right?
Oh yeah.
Spent all his money. But that's what we like to get on this podcast, is we want to hear the backstories.
Yeah.
Right? So we want to know where you came from. What motivated you? That girl who said you need to get a real job.
Oh yeah, that motivated me real quick.
And yeah, I mean, I'm an old calf roper, and I went to a calf roping school one time. My brother and I, after the school, my dad was settling up, and Bob Johnson, he's Dee Pickett's ex-father-in-law, and Bob says, Johnny, that Eric's got a lot of natural talent. I said, what about me, Bob? He said, you ain't got a chance. Well, he said that Eric will go to the high school national finals, and I said, "What about me, Bob?" He said, "You ain't got a chance." I'm the only one that went of my three brothers. So
that's awesome.
Anyway, but I had to work twice as hard because somebody told me I couldn't do it.
Oh yeah.
And like this podcast, people are going, "You're going to do what? What do you know about music?" Well, I know I like music, and I know the industry intrigues me, and we kind of have, and every episode's been in person, every one of them.
I love that.
And so and we don't do a split screen because we're in the same room, Matt. We're talking. We're actually having a conversation.
And it's a cool view down here.
It is a beautiful view. So this venue originally, they tell me, was built for Prince.
Yes, this was all like his hangout.
Yeah,
which I think is incredible. But
yeah, so
I don't know if they can see this track up here. But if they can, so several years ago,
right,
this was a giant Mardi Gras parade. They had these giant floats that flew around, and people would dangle off these floats, and it was like a big Mardi Gras party all the time. They're still up here if you go.
I've seen them. They're in the back room.
It is so incredible.
Bill Blanchard set this all up and brought me up here and was showing me around. And they were going to use this as part of their storage, so for their equipment in and out. Which I'm glad they didn't. They ended up putting it downstairs, which is great because we've had free reign of this room. But yesterday I interviewed Justin Andrews. Do you know Justin?
I don't think I know
Nashville.
Justin.
But he's with his managers and he said, I need to know who to talk to about this room because they've got somebody that wants to come out here and set this up from Nashville.
It's an amazing room.
It's going to waste.
Yeah, it's an incredible room.
Going to waste. But that's cool to know that story because I didn't realize that's where the floats went. He was telling me that.
You'll have to get your fans here to go maybe get some sneak peeks of those floats back there.
Yeah.
And then maybe play some clips of that because you can find them still.
Oh yeah.
These Mardi Gras parades. So these things came out and just flew around this whole track, and people would dangle off of it, and all these
crazy
actors, and it was just an incredible thing. But it's been closed now for years. But
yeah, well, I've been coming to Vegas for 50 plus years. I've been to the NFR 25 years in a row.
That's incredible.
And my wife has actually worked for Stetson Clothing here at the NFR for 18 years.
That's awesome.
And so we've got some real ties here. But when you get to town and you think, oh yeah, I'll get to see all the stuff in town. There's so much going on that it's hard to get around to everything. Now I've been here to the Rio a few times
They've done
over the years.
A lot to this place,
but it's pretty amazing.
They're bringing it back, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
The owners have put some serious work in it. The rooms are incredible. The people are incredible. The staff's incredible. And this Rio Roundup is just next level. Last year we did it, and there was a lot of people here.
Yeah, there were a lot of people, but now
this year's growing.
And man, I've been pushing it every day. Hey, if you want a place to go, because last year I did this at another hotel that has a watch party, and for some reason they didn't invite me back. They invited me back, and then all of a sudden I wasn't invited, so I don't know what happened. But
but Bill's come back here.
Bill's been phenomenal, and we have a mutual friend in a gal named Amy Keene. Do you know Amy? Have you ever met Amy?
I don't think I've met Amy.
Sweet lady. She is used to work for Stetson and Roper, and that's how I got to know her. But she lives in Nashville, but she's moving back to Texas. But anyway, let's talk some more about Matt and your music. So you got to Nashville in 2010, signed a record deal in 12.
Yeah, I had my first song on radio 2013. It ended up being my first top 40 right out of the gate.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's called Redneck Radio, and it still plays on radio stations today because I made several edits of it because it was rocking to that redneck radio, so then it was rocking to that camel country radio, rocking to that real country radio, rocking to that froggy country radio. I made all these special versions for all these stations.
Well, that's still what a great
still
commercial.
Today is all these radio stations playing that song. I'm like, hey, I got new songs out if you want to play some new ones. That one's 13 years old now.
But
you know what? It's very cool. It's still played.
The music industry's tough. And if we've learned anything, the common denominator is it's tough. And even the songwriters, Matt and Rob and those guys, Bryce Long. Do you know Bryce? Have you met? So Bryce, has had some huge hits, with Randy Houser and Gary Allen and, Nothing On But the Radio. And I mean, he's just a talented guy. Those guys are touring because they need to. Because they're not getting they're not making that income stream from Spotify.
Yes, it used to be Spotify and iTunes, and streaming has really hurt artists for sure. Well, they've hurt artists and the songwriters. Yes, they've done some great things for young getting artists. It out there. Yeah, if you want to get exposure, because now you have a whole album of people that likes your entire album. Back then, you had a song on radio, and they only knew that one song. And then you get the album, you're like, oh, what are these other 15 songs? But now artists are releasing 36-song albums. And I've got kids older than you, but growing up in the 70s, if I heard a song on the radio that I loved, I had to buy the whole album. You didn't. You can still buy a 45 every once in a while. You depend on the song and
how big it was. You could buy a 45, but for the most part, you know, if I heard a song by the Eagles, of course their albums were all great.
Oh yeah.
But you know, you hear a new song, you're like, okay, I got to have this song. You had to buy the album. Well, then you fell in love with the whole album. But nowadays, everybody, for the most part, releases new music a single at a time.
Yep.
Not very many people release full EPs anymore.
No, it's a different world now. I mean, right now I'm doing singles at a time, and then I'm going to release a full album at the end with a couple of special songs that you can only get with the album.
Okay.
And I've found that works really well, because you have all these singles, and then you release an album that still has those singles, but you have 2 bonus tracks that you haven't heard unless you get the album.
Right.
So everyone's like, oh, I like all these songs you released. Now I get 2 more.
Right.
So it's really
that's a great tool. That's the first I've heard of that. But there's some artists out there that are so frustrated with Spotify that they're talking about pulling their music off and doing their own thing, right?
Yeah, a lot of them have done that. I mean Garth isn't on Spotify.
Garth's never been on Spotify or on Apple, has he? Either one.
I don't think he's on Apple yet. I think he's on Amazon now.
Is he on Amazon?
I think he made a deal with them. But streaming has changed the world for sure.
Oh, no question about it. Well, it's
even
just
CDs, like it shows now. I still sell CDs because some people want that physical thing.
Right.
But they're like, I don't even have a CD player in my car now.
Yeah, no, I use them for coasters.
Most people now, records are coming back.
Right.
They're
No,
like,
vinyl's
hey,
big.
you got a vinyl? I'm like, I'm going to make vinyls.
So
vinyl, huge again.
Yeah, vinyl's getting bigger again.
I love that.
I was at a songwriter festival in Livingston last year, and Stephanie Quayle's her name. I don't know if you know. Yeah, Stephanie. She goes, Byron, did you get a CD? And I said, Stephanie, I don't have a CD player.
Yeah.
Not even in the house, I don't think. I said, she goes, well, here, take 2 anyway. So she gives me, and I got home, and Shanda goes, yeah, we have your mom and dad's old CD player that actually has a cassette player in it too. So,
oh wow.
So anyway, but yeah, I mean,
Cassettes.
I grew up in the 8-track days.
That's awesome though. I love 8 tracks.
That's really old school. You couldn't own an 8-track unless you had a book of matches to go with it, because you had to wedge that book of matches underneath the tape to get it to play.
And keep it to stick going down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
I think I'm that 38. I'm 38, so I was there for most of those 8 tracks when I was super young. Then like 6th grade, we were doing the tapes where we had like 15 different songs on a tape.
Right. Well, you'd make a mixtape for your girlfriend.
For my girlfriend.
And then all of a sudden, you to get a real job.
8th, 9th grade, I'm burning CDs.
Yes.
And now it's like, hey, I got 40,000 songs on my phone. They're like, what?
Right. Well, we don't even. I mean, I used to announce a lot of rodeos, so I had a laptop that had I don't know how many thousands of songs that I had taken, pulled them off of CDs and put them into files, and just sorting that out, just tracking the music, keeping track of the music for a high school rodeo was a nightmare, or a roping, because kids want to request songs, and I'm like, okay, got to remember and got to go find the file, and anyway, it's a pain in the ass. Now it's like, yeah, no problem, just push play. Hey, play this song, and it plays.
Yeah, and then you can set your playlist 40 songs deep, and it just goes.
Exactly.
You don't have to get a pencil to rewind a tape anymore.
Right.
I stayed at a hotel in Flagstaff, and it had an old tape player, and it had a bunch of cassettes. I'm like, this is really kind of nostalgic. It's cool. And my son was with me, who's 9 now. I'm like, hey, I'll give you $100 if you can tell me how to rewind this. He's like, oh, hold on.
Not a clue.
Stuck that pencil in there.
Started winding it up.
And he's like, you really had to do that? I'm like, yeah. And I just start going like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I had to actually do that. Same thing with phones, is rotary phones.
Oh yeah. They don't even know what that is.
No.
You know May Estes. May's going to be playing here on Monday. So she's got a new song that she wrote with Bryce Long, and I don't remember. I can't tell you the title of it. I apologize, May. But she's sitting on a bed in a hotel room or something, and she's got a phone with the cord, and the rotary phone. It's a rotary phone, and you're like, I'm sure people are looking at that going, what is that?
Yeah.
So it's like finding a dinosaur bone.
Yeah. It's the same thing with payphones. You find those nowadays, you're like, what is that? I'm like, that's how I used to call home when I was on the road.
Well, and
Everyone's like,
interestingly enough, who was it? I interviewed somebody. No. I didn't interview him. I saw an interview with Ray Wiley Hubbard, and he said, we'd get to town. He says, how we toured was with an Atlas.
Yep.
And a sack of quarters. And we'd get to town and go, okay, we got the Atlas. Go to the payphone, look up the venue. We don't know where it's at. Call them. How do we get there? Just crazy. And people don't have any idea about that. When my wife was young, her and her sister, when they'd leave home, their mom would make them put a quarter in their shoe. So I always had a quarter to make a phone call home if they needed to. Or
call what was it, 10-10-220 or something?
Yeah.
Then you can make a call. 10-10-220, then you have to dial.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, crazy world. The world has changed a lot. The world is ever evolving. The music industry is ever evolving. You've seen a lot of changes. If you've been in Nashville almost 15 years, 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
You've seen a lot of changes. You've seen a lot of artists come and go. You've seen a lot of artists come and go, but you've seen those that have stayed, that were there before you got there.
Oh, yeah. Some of them are still playing at those bars every single day.
Yeah.
I'm like, but if you go to Nashville, it will ground you quickly. Like I've taken some band members there in the past. My band members have always been really great, but you take them to Nashville and they're like, these guys are unbelievable. I'm like, yeah, and they're sitting here for 20 years playing the same bar, playing the same songs
Over and over.
When I played Nashville, I was playing from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. And then 2 in the afternoon to 6 p.m.
So you did the lower Broadway deal?
Oh yeah, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day.
Now, are you still living in Nashville, or are you back in Arizona?
No, I bought a ranch, a little farm in Casa Grande, Arizona.
Oh, you're in Casa Grande? Yeah, cool.
I bought a little farm out there and have some horses and donkeys and chickens, and my kids run around. And
perfect.
This morning I was on the phone with my wife, and she's like, I don't know where Azzy is, our 5-year-old. I'm like, she's probably in the shop because I built a little apartment back there and it has a TV, and now she thinks it's her bedroom.
Okay.
So she's like, I don't know where she is. And she went out there and she was feeding the horses and watering the donkeys. And I was like, that's way better than sitting on a tablet all day.
Yeah, good for her.
All my kids love being outside.
Yeah.
And I love that because right now, even last night, watching the show and I'm sitting on stage performing and jumping around doing all this stuff, and the parents are loving it.
Yeah.
But there was kids literally sitting on tablets just staring at the tablet, and I'm like,
I know.
How do I get to these kids right now? I went up to one kid and literally with my microphone jumped off stage, went up to him, and I'm singing right in front of him, and he didn't look up. The entire 2.5 minutes I was standing right in front of him. He was playing his video game, and he finally looked up and he was like, and he put his head in his tablet. I'm like, I've been here the whole time, bud.
Isn't that crazy?
It's an unbelievable world we're living in.
I raised 4 kids. I got 9 grandkids and a great grandson, but it's scary to me how much time they spend how much time I spend on the phone. And
this episode is brought to you by Tin Hall,
because I'm trying to promote a podcast, and so it's
design,
to get those followers and to get the word out, because I want to share Matt Farris' story and his music with my followers, so that you get new followers. Right?
I love that.
That's the whole purpose of this deal.
Now I get to help you, and it's the world we're living in right now.
Well, that's the only way we can help each other.
Yep.
Honestly, is to and I have my little rants every once in a while. I'll get on social media and I'll do a video and go, "Hey, are we friends? Are we?" And I get right in the camera. Are we really friends? How do you know me? And how are we really friends? Because it's crazy. There's so much stuff that goes on. Do we really engage in the content that we're looking at? I'm looking at my friend's stuff and I go, "Oh, that's cool." And you just keep spinning by, right? And I look at all the analytics of my videos and what goes on, and I'm ever amazed at the people you do a video that gets a ton of watches, but they don't stick around.
They watch 17 seconds,
2 or 3, 10,
seconds.
15 seconds, whatever it is, and you're like, what? Why do I waste my air? you know, and I guess, and sometimes I hate to, I don't want to have to resort to that, you know, foul language and go, hey, what's your effing problem?
Yeah.
But sometimes don't you wonder if that's how you're going to get their attention?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell them in the deal, hey, stop what you're doing, listen to me.
Yeah.
And then sometimes that gets them to engage. But anyway, it's frustrating, but that's what we do with this.
Phones and tablets are, I mean, that's why artist Garth and some other artists, like when they do their things here in Vegas,
yeah,
they have a no phone policy.
Right. Yeah, in the event,
in the venues, they lock those phones in these little lock cases.
Yeah, they put them in the bags. Well, I went to Joe Rogan's.
He said, I just want you to enjoy the next hour and a half like you used to.
Yeah.
And most people leave going, that was incredible, because you're not sitting there taking pictures and sitting on your phone, and then you're editing the picture and trying to post the picture. You already missed 5 songs.
You want everybody to know you're at Garth Brooks' show, right?
Now you've missed 5 songs because you're trying to make a post.
I agree.
That's one thing that gets to me on stage sometimes. I'm like, I don't mind you taking pictures. I love that you want to share my shows, and
sure.
But I'm friends with a couple comedians too, and they say the same thing. They're like, please stop filming my entire show.
Well, Joe Rogan locks up your phones. They literally put them in a what do they call that bag? But they put it in a lock.
The magnet safe or whatever.
Yeah, and it is absolutely locked up. I went to a show in Austin in his theater, and he was like, and he showed up last minute and did a little set at the end. He wasn't on the schedule that night, but he goes, and then he said something kind of inappropriate, and he goes, "That's why we lock up your phones, because I don't need you posting what I said on the internet."
Yeah, I mean, these guys, like Matt Matthews is an incredible comedian, and he said something the other day. He's like, I go out and tour with this show. If you post my show, why do people want to buy tickets to come to my show? They can watch the whole thing for free on your Facebook page.
Right.
So he said, please, if you want to take pictures, take a couple pictures, put it away, enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
And I like, when I go to concerts, I'll take a couple of pictures, of course.
Sure.
Then I'm like, if I'm videoing and then I'm looking at my phone, I'm going to miss something. Like I went to a Kiss concert.
Right.
If I'm filming something and I put it down, I'm going to miss something crazy.
Yeah. Gene Simmons is going to be.
Yeah, he's spitting blood.
He's going to be standing in front of your seat, going, "What are you doing, jackass? You're here to watch my show." Well, that being said, Matt, would you take a minute? Would you play this song on this guitar? Yeah, this is. Have you ever played a carbon fiber guitar?
No, I was looking at it.
This is a close guitar. They're built in Provo, Utah, and that's got a great sound. There's a pick there if you need one. Double check the tuning. Everybody tunes a little different, and sometimes these tuners will lie to you.
I'm gonna listen to this tuner.
Yeah, but I play it. But I had a little gal in here, Caroline Woodfield, this morning with an interview, and that's the one I use.
That's great.
That's a great tuner.
Guitar tuna. Oh, that one's in. And this is also incredible that you can tune your guitar on a cell phone.
Well, this is why I quit. I started to play 50 years ago, but I started to play the guitar and rope at the same time, and I put a rope down because I thought girls like cowboys more than they like guitar players. Little did I know I was wrong. So
my guitar player said, "Do you think I play guitar because I like it?" I said, "No, I know why you play guitar." He's funny.
The cool thing is, if you'll tip that forward, take a look at the back of that. No, the other side. Look at that. That neck unbolts.
Oh, wow.
You leave it strung. You unbolt that, and it goes into a sleeve, and it'll pack down to a backpack size that fits in the overhead of your airplane.
And it's super light.
That's really light. They're sending me one. I should have it on Monday, and that's when I want to have May.
Cloths.
Hopefully, have May give it away. It's actually closed. Like close the door.
Has a good sound to it.
It's got a great sound. It's nickel infused as well.
Ain't it kind of crazy, you and me, babe, ending up here tonight? taking on this conversation, loving how your lips taste it, pressed up against mine. Girl, I know it's getting late. This could go either way. We could call it a night, we could shut it down, fire up the truck and head back to town. Leave our stars out in the sky, walk to your front door and kiss you goodnight. Oh, but if you're asking me what I wanna do, I just wanna stay right here with you. I just wanna stay right here with you. Got some chickens in the spot, baby, if you wanna see where the night could go. We could do a lot of nothing, we could turn this into something. I just want you to know, girl, I'm down for it all. Say the word, it's your call. We could call it a night, we could shut it down, fire up this truck and head back to town. Leave all the stars out in the sky, walk up to your front door and kiss you goodnight. Oh, but if you're asking me what I wanna do, I just wanna stay right here with you. I just wanna stay right here with you. Ain't it kinda crazy, you and me, baby, ending up here tonight? Sounds really good.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great guitar. They've been really good. I used to have, so I had a deal with another guitar company, and they give me, you know, guitars, and I'd have everybody play a song and then autograph them, and everybody loved them. But the problem was, well, it wasn't a problem. They got stingy with me all of a sudden. I filled 6 of them full of autographs, and then gave 2 of them away. Did some promotions, and I wanted guitars to come down here, and then I wanted to give one away to a kid that his mom couldn't afford a guitar, and they're like, yeah, we just can't afford to give any guitars right now. And I'm like, you're kidding me. I mean, we'll have 1 million views on this podcast this year, and they're of course they're forever on all the other episodes, right? But these guys,
great sounding guitar.
These guys reached out to me and they said, hey, we love what you're doing. Would you be interested? And I said, absolutely. And if I
would have known about it, I would have played that on stage last night.
Well, and I wish.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know what it sounds like plugged in.
How? That's what I wonder. They sent me a special cord to go with it too, to plug it in. I don't have an amp, so at home. But anyway, hey, where can they find your music?
MattFarrisCountry.com.
Okay.
It's Farris. And I have everything on there. You can literally find everything. I even have my own coffee brand. I have my own moonshine brand.
That's awesome.
So
how'd you get those deals? Because I'm looking for those deals.
So growing up in Lake Havasu, if you ever go to Lake Havasu,
I've been, but
there's actually a restaurant there that has a meal named after me.
That's awesome.
My first original guitar hanging up on a wall at their local country bar.
That's cool.
And the distillery in Lake Havasu, they know I don't drink, I'm sober, but they were like, what do you like to drink? I said, I drink sweet tea, because that's what I like.
Right.
And they said, well, we're going to make you a moonshine so we can help promote you, you help promote us, and we cross promote.
Right.
So it's Matt Farris Lemon Sweet Tea Moonshine.
Oh, that's cool.
At a Copper Still Distillery in Lake Havasu, and you can get that shipped right to your house, which is incredible.
Well, they can't do that in Idaho.
Not in Idaho.
Because all liquor sales.
There's several states, but not Idaho, I think. There's only 40 states, which is incredible.
We have some Idaho distilleries that I've tried to work out deals with to help sponsor the podcast, and I can't even half of them won't even return their phone calls.
I can help you out with that, maybe.
Well, I would love to have a distillery, to promote, because our listeners, and I've been known to imbibe a little bit.
And then Loaded Gun Coffee out of Lake Havasu.
That's another one. Black Rifle. I've been a Black Rifle coffee guy forever.
These guys said they wanted to figure out a way to help promote me, and they're like, well, we'll make a Matt Farris Redneck Roast. And it's different all the time. I mean, every month they have a different Matt Farris Redneck Roast. We have a bourbon pecan coffee.
Oh, wow.
And a raspberry chocolate cream coffee, a white Russian coffee.
Oh, wow.
So all these different flavored
So
coffees.
every month it changes.
Yeah, or you can still order the same one. Like if you like bourbon pecan, you can always order that one.
Yeah.
But we always have 1 month is a special brand. Like they have pumpkin spice, Matt Farris redneck co-host.
Well, I love that because it goes together with the redneck. That's a very redneck thing, right? Well, every month we have a different coffee.
Yeah, it's different every month. But
well, I like that. That's cool.
It's called Loaded Gun Coffee out of Lake Havasu, and it's a local, but it's all online too. You can get that shipped to your house. You can ship that anywhere.
Yeah, you can ship coffee anywhere.
You can ship that anywhere, and people are loving that right now.
Well, that's great. That's great. I love that, and I love that they're willing to help you and
they found a way to help me, and I helped them. So it works out just like this.
That.
I mean, you're going to help promote me. I'm going to help promote you.
Absolutely. Well,
that's the way everyone grows nowadays.
Without a doubt. Well, Matt, we appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Yeah, it's incredible, and a great room in here too. It
is a great room. It's a cool view, and
these walls could talk.
Oh, can you only imagine? You can only imagine. Well, listen. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll hopefully we'll get to see you play somewhere, but we'll be in Arizona, I hope, off and on a little bit. I have a brother that lives in Whitman and a sister-in-law that lives in East Mesa.
Whitman, I play around there too.
Do you? You play Wickenburg and up in there a little bit?
Yeah, I play Wickenburg. I'm actually playing in Wickenburg in March.
Are you?
With Shenandoah. I'm direct support for them.
Is that the show they're...
Party in the Desert?
Yes. Bill told me about it, and we're going to try and come, and we may try and come and do some interviews there.
If you want to do that, I will have my tour bus there.
Perfect.
And you can have the back lounge and do it from the bus.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll just give you the back lounge.
Thank you so much. I'm going to hold you to that.
I'll park it there all 3 days, and you
that is going to be great. Yeah, we need to get back down there for that because Bill told me about it.
And I'm direct support for Shenandoah that week, so it's going to be.
That'd be great. We'd love to sit down with those guys sometime too.
They're incredible people. Marty's incredible. So you'll be able to. They would probably love to do something like this.
Matt, thank you so much. All right. Hey, for Musical Miles Podcast, I'm your host, Byron Duffin. We're here at the Rio Hotel and Casino at the Rio Roundup. Thank you, Bill Blanchard and the crew.
Cliff Willis, all
those guys that have just stepped up and helped us.
Yeah, they're an incredible group of people for sure.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, we'll see y'all somewhere down the road. Adios for now.